Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackert,
And I'm Lyanca I.
and this is the Hout Hustle Morning Show. This is our very special Christmas show where we're going to talk about frequency forecasting, a la maybe vision casting. And we want this to just be a very, very fun, energetic show instead of one that is a lot of information. So, this will be very much you work, you tune in, we play with frequency, we expand and grow. But first, we have some newsworthy topics that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, let's start.
So all up in the news, and of course, this is the Mystic. So for space weather news, Mystic space weather news. I thought we'd just talk a little bit about what's on everyone's mind, is the drones lately, right? So all the drone spotting, what some people are speculating, what some people are have been reporting. And so straight away, I obviously love watching the skies, and I'll give you a little bit of mystic space weather news from the sun, and then we'll talk about drones here in just a second. So,
Okay, cool.
um, so the sun, the far side of the sun has been active over the past week. Three halos from the CME have exploded from the far side of the sun on December 15th. And we can't see what's back there, but it's part of probably a large sunspot.
Mhm.
Crackling with activity. The sun's rotation will turn toward the Earth next week, and an unexpected coronal mass ejection impact happened that was supposed to narrowly miss Earth, but it did have a direct hit on December 17th, which sparked a G1 class geomagnetic storm with a bright, triggering bright auroras all over the Earth.
Cool.
So, all over Alaska, and they were red with fully visible to the eye, very beautiful. The photographer at spaceweather.com posted this really beautiful picture, and so I'll put that on Instagram. And then we'll see more of those Earth-facing CMEs when the sunspot comes back Earth facing, but hopefully it can stay back there with its higher activity. So we don't need all that drama up in here. And then of course we also have a little bit of information that was coming to us from some of the UFO community, since we do have people that come on from the UFO. And the information that I received from just watching YouTube videos and keeping my eyes to the sky. I was in California for a vacation, which was very lovely over the last week. And uh, once I saw that, there were drone spotting out in the California like ocean on that side of the world, I was on that side of the US. I thought, okay, let me just perk up and listen. So the information that I got was kind of looking into forbidden knowledge, and then Stephen Michael Greer, he's one of the leading UFO, I would say, whistleblowers, has been leading the charge on UFOs for a long, long time. They say that this that it's definitely not UFOs, and that it is our own, and that could be out there because it's meant to kind of be a diversion, and that there is true disclosure planned, and some of the whistleblowers have threatened, I guess, or have proclaimed that they are going to do a major disclosure between, and it was supposed to be between Thanksgiving and January 1st. And so this could be, and Joe's like saying, yay. So I know this is important to many in our audience to get some of this more information, but a lot of it is still clouded in secrecy and misinformation. So I thought that, would just make a forum here to at least voice some of your concerns, all within a loving space. So, just anytime anyone puts anything in the chat or the comments, please be mindful that this is a really accepting and warm space. We all have our different theories. We all have our different levels of knowledge. I may not know what you may know, and it may be helpful just to at least talk about it, right? To at least just feel some type of like, hey, you feel what I'm feeling, without feeling like you're being judged. And that is something that we've always created here, which is a judge-free system and a judge-free zone, right? So the other thing about the disclosure, though, is that the people that I just mentioned from Forbidden Knowledge and Stephen Michael Greer, I think his middle name is Michael, but Dr. Stephen Greer, he basically said that this could be a diversion to play down what the major disclosure disclosure is that is projected for now in January. So I would love to for us to have a true disclosure, and let's, welcome in our galactic family. But there are sometimes mass hysteria and panic that can happen. So maybe there are other plans for other people. And
But
then
I have to say, I mean, gosh, we grew up in Washington, D.C. area.
that's right.
So, and my dad worked with a lot of people at the Pentagon.
Wow.
And so those people have clearance.
Uh-huh.
And then there's people that have like secret clearance. And then there's
Yeah.
all the people beyond that. And my son is getting his clearance
Right.
now in
That's
Fairfax,
awesome.
Virginia.
Nice.
So I know that there are secrets and secrets of secrets, basically within our
Lisa's
government
laughing.
system. So my intuition is that it is ours and it is trying to do something to protect us
Yeah.
more than hurt us. It's looking for something, it's sensing something, and that is my guess. And we will probably have it.
Well, there was that report from Bethany
Yeah,
Frankel and she,
Bethany Frankel kind of had a similar
yeah,
theory
Little
as well.
Housewives,
Yeah,
but she has a big following, and she went public a couple of days ago saying that she felt that the Pentagon was looking for radiation
yeah,
that from a warhead
spikes or something.
that may have gotten lost. And I thought, oh gosh, okay. And she said that she had received reports from someone that works directly with the Pentagon and felt like they would not forgive themselves that they weren't telling people.
People that they knew to get
Yeah.
out of the area because it could be unhealthy.
And I thought, oh my
Oof,
goodness, actually, and somehow that felt a little bit,
a little far. Yeah, it
yeah,
seems like it
I
was
don't know.
really damaging to our health, although DuPont hid things for so
It's
long.
so long. I know.
Yeah.
I read that whole report from a scientist. So,
Oh
yeah.
boy. All right. So I hope that that will start this lightning frequency.
And another reason why we need to trust our own intuitions,
Yeah,
right? Listen in.
right.
Maybe take a little trip, drive somewhere else. Whatever it is that makes you feel more grounded and secure, let's, tap into that for sure.
Yeah, tap in your body. Does your body need to go? Does your body need to stay? Does your body need to eat something different? Like literally. So um there's our theories around it. So
There you go.
all right. So I the other day just kind of what I noticed, and the more we do this work together, and I know about uh, this weird fifth dimensional energy that is beyond our 5D senses. Although I know that many of us can palpably perceive this type of energy, this fifth dimensional energy. And if you're new to this work, I have this weird thing that has happened to me when I was in this like massive class where this frequency was just literally going through me. And I call it awesomeness. And most people, no matter where they are, when we start up this awesomeness energy that has just started, you will notice it in your system and probably notice that there is a system that overcomes you and it's kind of like rain that comes down or being under the Hawaiian waterfall. It just feels like this thrum of calm. And I was, getting all twisted about things in the holidays and this, that, and like really got into my 3D life. And I was like, what happened to my space? Like, where did I go? And so I really said, I know a way back. And I thought, well, let's have a call and also integrate those shifts and changes that you would like to have in 2025 along with it. So this is going to be kind of a running the frequency behind this while we continue to just play with you really stepping into a frequency of all of you once again. And so how this works is Lyanca and I will be opening the door for some questions for you to really question your worth, your wrongness, your inability to even be these fifth dimensional frequencies. Those are some of the things that, once you get, hey, I actually am the magic, and it's about you, it's not about us. It truly is, you are capable of being this and catching this, as I like to say, more than anything. So let's go ahead and for whatever reason, when this energy came through, I started it generally by touching my wrists like so lightly together. And the energy has already begun, but this might help you be able to catch it too, so to speak. And maybe you've already sensed this like rhythm, this flow, this energy that can almost change anything. So as we go ahead and start up this energy, I just want you to start by really stepping into an idea that maybe you don't agree with, but that idea is, what if you've never been wrong? What if you've never been wrong? What if that actually was a true statement and you don't try to go in your head, you don't try to reject it? Anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
And will you truly acknowledge the magic that you have and your capacity to be this for you, the world, and everyone? And when you can be it, other people can catch this beautiful frequency. Would you be willing to acknowledge that now? 1, 2, and 3. Good. Go ahead and
Yes.
drop in, totally falling back in love with yourself,
Oh,
in love with the beauty. The other day, I was driving and I was getting frustrated with traffic. And I was turning into an intersection, and there was just like cars and cars. I was like, was thinking, I'm never going to get there.
ah,
And then,
so declarative too,
yeah.
right?
And on the edge in the evenings, I've been watching this like cutesy little show on Hulu called Find Me in Paris. And she shows the difference between what life was like in 1905 to what life is like today. And in that moment, I just fell so much in love with the moment and this time period
Oh, nice.
versus like, gosh, I could be suffering in a horse and carriage in the heat, or
Denise is
freezing,
laughing.
right?
Right.
And how grateful can I be that I can be stuck in
True.
a temperature controlled car in my case, and just, have to wait a few more minutes for a turn. So
Yeah.
anything that doesn't allow you to acknowledge the gift that you chose to be here right now at this time, where this magic is actually something that you can be. You will no longer be hung. You will no longer be like tortured for your magic. You actually can be it. Anything that doesn't allow you
Yeah.
to truly acknowledge that, will you destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
1, 2, and 3. And take a breath. Good. Go ahead and amp up that energy just a little more, because we're going to go a little bit deeper. So all the projections that you have, that you can't be this, that you can't float in this moment and wake up and not get trapped in 3D, everything that is, and all those projections, we destroy and uncreate.
Yes.
One, two, and ooh,
Valentina says 5D energy and beyond is foreign to us in many ways. It envelops you, it's embraced, and it can be a little daunting too. It feels great in many ways.
yeah. All the energy that you have that now needs to be contributed back to the earth to help our Gaia, to help our earth. Would you now kick that back down to earth just by letting it go? 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. And take a breath. And falling back in love with you, falling back in love with you being here on this earth in this time. Now, I want you to go ahead and think about just one change that if you had an angel that came down right now that could grant you a prayer, what might that prayer be? And I want you to go ahead and just go this, whatever that is. And it may not be words, it may be a frequency, it may be a frequency of what you see yourself being. And I want you to just go, I'm expanding this, expanding this, I'm expanding this. And I want you to ask the universe, the earth, and anybody that can contribute to that energy. I want you to call that in right now. Calling, expanding out,
So I'm expanding and calling.
expanding and calling,
Got it.
so that you're touching and they're receiving. Take this in. Expand, expand, expand. Yeah.
I saw images of like a lot of black and white people, and when I touched them, they would turn more color, like blankets.
Let's play in this for another couple minutes. Really taking your brain on a trip here, a ride, an adventure, and exploring what is it that I wish was different? What is it in my expanded self, in all of me, as an infinite being? What is it? With the universe, with the earth, with the everything that you are. Let's ask for that now.
I got dizzy.
I did too. That's cool. All right. We're done. Ooh, isn't that just a fun, playful energy to be in? Like it just feels like play to me. It's very clear that, this is like part of my purpose, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
in this like play. This
And
is
it's
like truly kid in the candy store. I love this.
awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody else feeling anything?
Yeah, what are you
It's okay.
sensing?
Like I, for a second, felt like I wanted to reject it.
Mm,
And I think that's just my implants
yeah.
and my distractor implants wanting to be like, ooh, keep things in safe, right? Um, so anything coming up for anyone else?
One of the things that I want to talk about was beyond acknowledgement. How often with this work do you try to be right and really play with almost like righteousness?
But there's no right.
But
There's no
but
right.
but that doesn't stop our system to try to be
That
right.
doesn't stop my distractor implant from trying to bat it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's my initial response, almost naturally always is to try to, not this way, it's this way.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to, yeah, it's like I don't want to change.
Yeah, that was the energy I got at first too. Like it was like, I don't want to, but I knew it was expansive
Mhm.
and things. Sometimes my distractor implants were like, no, we want to keep things the way status quo.
Yeah.
Christina says, I feel warm and loving. Shara says, I have a really cool energy field around me now. So cool, so fun. Dana says, it's amazing, expansive energy. It really is. Valentina says, I got a wicked weird smell with a nervous, excited tummy. You and yours, you
Cool.
definitely have
The gift.
the gift of smell. I love it so much. I do too. A gentle flow, feeling expanded.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. All right. Let's talk. I want you to, I'm going to explain something in a way that you may reject right away, in which case then we can look at righteousness, wrongness, and humanoid. Uh, this was introduced to me by Dr. Dane here about how there's like two types of people on this planet. There's the horse people, which are the humanoid people that are curious and want to, check out things and do things. And then there's like the cow people who just want to sit around and go to work and wear their suits and conform to this reality. And so that for whatever reason, the humans like to make us humanoids
Wrong.
really feel wrong all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. And they actually think that our point of view is wrong and that they are right. And if somebody
Why does that make
goes,
me feel sad?
I know it's sad. Well, that is why this planet's so polarized.
Nah,
So when you feel wrong, how much of all that wrongness comes from humans that actually think that you're wrong, that are trying to make you wrong, but yet you feel wrong inside you and you think you're making yourself wrong. Does that make sense?
kind of.
Okay. So what if all those humans were wrong and you were simply just you out of the right or wrong? Anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and uncreate.
Yes.
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Wait, so are the humans? So I thought there was no wrongness. No right, wrong. No right or
But do you
wrong.
ever feel wrong?
I do feel wrong.
Okay. So, right, that's a construct.
Okay.
That could be a construct that, this planet was set upon so techies could actually destroy our planet.
Boo.
I mean, think about what they're thinking. Let's just put a planet together where at least half of the population, they have no worth, they are not empowered, and they feel often wrong. To everything that brings up, will you destroy it?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Because as an infinite being, are you truly wrong?
No,
No.
but we're not operating as an infinite
No,
being,
we're not.
which is what I'm trying to get you guys to today.
So I'm trying to play a
So I
little bit of
really
devil's
want you
advocate for
to
that.
leave really being able to step into those frequencies and those places of what's next for you as an infinite being, as one that can just fall in and love this frequency.
Yes. Because really everything is about this frequency, right? Like everything is about not necessarily the awesomeness frequency, but
Yeah.
raising the vibration so that the frequency can come in and create the things that you most desire, the
Yeah.
magic that we truly be, instead of creating more times where you would say, or a frustration with the traffic, right? More times like I'm never gonna get there. Then you'll only create more places where you're never gonna get there, right? And then where else does that expand whenever we're falling into that trap?
Yeah. Have you ever had a moment of true abundance? Like where there was nothing in your world, right? And then have you ever had moments of like utter lack, and yet nothing really changed as far as your bank account or your life,
Yeah,
but you
right.
felt so different. You're just like, oh, just
It's
not
been a
getting
long
there.
time since then.
Yeah. Yeah. But what I'm trying to bring up is that's just a frequency
Yeah.
that maybe you guys can relate to, because I think everyone's had a moment where they've felt at least abundance in nature.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And what if that kind of frequency could, flow in to other areas of our lives on purpose instead of on just because you woke up that way, right? On quote, accident, should I say?
Well, I think that the difference, the way to look at it different is that it flows into your life on command,
Yeah,
right, on
you
command,
choose,
right, on your choice,
right? And that's what,
on choice.
right.
It flows into your life on choice.
Yeah. So I did that little energy exercise where you expanded out and you got the this, because I want to do it again at the end of this call so that you guys can really leave with the difference and the different frequencies of what you be.
Joe says, so my focus for 2025 has been building for the past month. That encompasses two concepts mainly. That is gratitude and magic.
Mhm.
Thank you for continuing to build on that today.
I love that.
I do too. Valentina says, yes, on both accounts. Still experiencing it now, not a brief thing. So imagining
Yeah.
that's the, abundance and having and have not.
One time at a workshop, and at the end, one of the people said, I feel so different and so weird. Not weird and like I will do weird things, just different, like I just feel different.
Right. Like I haven't felt this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that that is what this work does for us.
Can we
It's,
do it again?
do you want to do the energy ball, or do you want to do or do you just want to play with other frequencies? So what I wanted to do is kind of take you on a ride and get out of all the projections, expectations,
Yes.
separations, and judgments that you have about not being capable, yet trying to fight to be right. And I know those sound a little bit like they don't go together, but I'm going to show you in a way how they might go together.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
So if what we'll start again. What if you were never wrong? Like just kind of take it in. Anything that doesn't allow you to actually hear that, know that, and perceive
What
that.
if I was never wrong?
Yeah. Never inherently wrong. Yeah. All that is, we just draw in.
Yes.
And what if that never ever led to you not being good enough? To you not ever having a worth problem, but always knowing that you could be in the present moment and trust the steps forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you could literally be guided by the whispers of the universe through your body and your being, no matter what conversation or situation you are in. Okay. So dive into this frequency, right? You get it? Am I getting there? Are you with me? Okay. I see a couple nods. Woo.
You're with me. You're with
Okay,
us.
good.
Don't worry.
For I love like the idea of vision casting, right?
What does that mean?
Where you imagine in your mind like your next thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that is still a very tangible way of getting there. And I feel like frequency forecasting is kind of the fifth dimensional frequency underneath what vision casting is,
Okay.
because then it becomes like an idea and solidified,
Yes.
even if it's not in the physical reality,
Yes.
right? You get it?
Yes. I just
So it's
wanted
kind
other
of
people
like,
to understand.
okay. So I'm going to just say, so frequency forecasting is really being all the frequencies that then create the vision that you would then cast out into the world. Like there's steps to getting there. And the underlining step to us saying we can't, or we're uncertain, or we don't think that we can, but maybe we could, right? All of that is because of the technology of you feeling wrong, because the wrong then created not being good enough, not worthy enough, which then many of us then put another layer on top of it where we're going out trying to prove how
Yeah.
good we are, how right we are, how true we are, how much authentic we are.
Or on the flip side of that, I wouldn't say worse. On the flip side of that, prove that I am unworthy. I am undeserving, right? So how many times have you tried to prove that you were in fact wrong, right?
Right.
Subconsciously, there are a lot of times where we do the self-sabotage just to prove and keep things in place to know
Yes.
that we were always wrong. Like, see, this is what
See?
I'm clumsy. Y'all, I just created another scenario where like
Yep.
I trip and fell and I just created my own sabotage, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that kind of jokingly, but there are lots of times where unconsciously we put things in place where it will literally blow up things in our face, right? Knowing good and well, like I knew I shouldn't have done that. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Your intuition is you're telling you all of the things that try to keep you on path, but you still veer, right? Just to prove that you were wrong.
Right.
Just to keep that
That
distractor
in
implant
place.
in place.
How often have you said, I am going to change. I'm going to eat differently.
Yeah,
I'm going
that's
to
great. Yeah.
exercise differently. I'm going to whatever it is, right? I'm going to do this. And then you go along and do it for a week, and then you fall off the tracks. And then actually your whole mind starts to go, I knew it. I'm never going to get to my goals because I'm always having that extra pie,
And there it is.
eggnog,
Proving a
you're trying to prove
Yeah.
that you can't because that is your way out.
Yeah. Layla says, yes, trying to prove that I'm not a failure, no matter how high I go. Some voice says, it's not enough. No more. She says she loves
Yeah.
this. I
Yeah.
agree. Like I have those moments too.
Right. And what if those little oopsie steps or actually a gift to you where you could then start to reprogram your mind instead of fall into going back to the old patterns.
Right.
What would that take? And what I believe that will take is you knowing that you can choose any frequency almost at any moment. Now, I know from hypnotherapy that you do need to be in a calmer state usually to choose those. So maybe give yourself grace when you're in those high vigilant anger states. Anger, frustration, high anxiety, all of that. It'll take a little bit longer. So give yourself grace around that. But here's your chance to see what it's like to say, I am abundant. I can lose that 20 pounds. I will run that marathon or whatever the dream
Do
is.
something with me, everyone, real
Mhm.
quickly. Say, I am abundant. Now repeat with me.
I
I
am
am abundant.
abundant. I am
Ooh,
abundant. I
okay.
am abundant. I am abundant.
And anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and create.
Yes, please.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Right there, when you stepped into the I am abundant, and if you had something that started to stick, those are the times where you use these tools.
Yeah. And how much have you rejected it or thought against it?
Yeah, right?
Right? I mean, I don't even want to bring that up, but sure, that can happen.
How many of you had a problem even saying that?
Yeah,
And
right.
that's okay.
Because you feel that you aren't. It's a lie. Woo! Mm, wow.
Everything that doesn't allow you to say that, to be in that frequency, first and foremost, to acknowledge that there is a frequency of abundance, we destroy and uncreate that, please.
Thank you. And having to need justifications to prove to say that it's true for you, right? Like how many justifications you're like, well, I guess I am abundant because I can pay for my house and my AC or something like that. Yet at the same time, you're looking at all the things where it doesn't feel as abundant. It doesn't matter. It's a frequency. Just like, so we connect through Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We don't see Wi-Fi. You know, those little scanners at the grocery store, it's just a light, with information.
Yeah. Good. Speak.
This is a packet of
Yes. Information.
information.
Yes.
And you can get it through this fifth dimensional frequency, which I've named awesomeness, but technically it's the field in the universe, right? But it's not, I mean, I think people are just like, when I go out in the field, I'm like nothing. I'm just space and nothing.
I don't think people
But
even
it's
know how to
kind of
get to the
like,
field sometimes.
you're everything. Well, you're in it right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, we don't have to go in these deep, deep delta meditative states. Now, when you're coherent, does greater things happen? Absolutely. But why wouldn't it? Because you're of the frequency of consciousness and love. Everything changes when you're at those high frequencies. And when you're in traffic and angry and frustrated and you're going, fuck 2024. Fuck these Christmas shoppers.
Some people say, that wasn't on my 2024 bingo card.
I love that.
Some people are commenting in the chat. Christina says, I start my mornings by choosing a frequency for the day. Just thinking about it raises my frequency. Love it. Oodles and oodles of times I discount it because it just doesn't happen quick enough. And we're talking about abundance. Not a problem saying it, but I sure hear the echo that says, no, you're not. Joe says that. And then Valentina said, energy is always around you, in and you, right? The field, the frequency. And then Shara says, being abundant isn't just for money, Flo. Abundant is in every area of your life. Thank you, Shara. Sometimes we forget
Yes,
that. Yes, frequency,
and don't
energy,
leave out the money part.
everything at once. Yes, love, love, love is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would it take for us to get in this frequency of adoration towards doing the dishes, towards sweeping the floors, and just be like, wow, thank God I'm doing this in 2024 with equipment instead of doing this in 1905. I mean, that is one way to get back here.
That's
faster than ever.
Yeah.
Right? Is just one simple thought. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, which is gratitude. I really feel so. I said in the newsletter, there's kind of three keys that we should always like on this like surface level.
Okay.
I think it's acknowledgement, like really saying, fuck other people's point of view. I acknowledge my magic. I acknowledge that I am this frequency, that I can tap in and make a request and truly ask and receive.
Woo, get hot with it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so acknowledgement of yourself, adoration is the second key, right? Total love for yourself, total love, and the seeing the gratitude and the gift is a third one. So acknowledgement, adoration, And I call it adoration instead of love because I feel like sometimes love kind of has this like other information around it, just like abundance and lack and wealth and things like that, they do too, right? So those are kind of the three keys. And so when we do this next little energy ball, and who would like to do that again? Who'd like to do that now? Okay. We're going to add in these three keys, right? Um, is there anybody else that is playing along here that would like to say, I'm still yapping in my head, and I'm fighting against something. I don't feel, whether you feel it's yours or not, would you like some processing on that? Or are you with us?
And go ahead and you can either raise your hand or write it on the chat.
Okay.
Just let us know if you're still having some head chatter. It's trying to squish the garbage, trying to enter my head. Valentina
Okay.
says.
So it would be no surprise that you would have some garbage going on. So here's a question.
And she means that for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I was expecting somebody to say something.
Misha says she's with us.
Yeah.
I get that. I
So
get the garbage coming in, be like, yeah. You know, the little like,
yeah,
okay,
oh,
blah, blah,
totally. I have
blah.
it all the time. Um, so let me ask you this. What what is the noise, right? Like, can you actually go, okay, this thought is saying exactly this,
Okay.
right? And I want you to say that thought 3 times. Like, just go, I'm saying this, I'm saying this, I'm saying this.
This is too
This is
easy.
the justification. Okay.
Mine is this is too easy. This is too easy. This doesn't work. It's too easy.
Okay. Let's go with this doesn't work first.
Okay.
This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Say it
This
10
doesn't
times.
work.
So it doesn't work.
This doesn't work.
This
This doesn't work.
This
This
doesn't.
doesn't work. This doesn't work. This it's already leaving me.
Yeah, I
This
know.
doesn't work and this doesn't work. Y'all see the
What
yawn?
is it that you love about telling yourself it doesn't work? What is it that you even like about it? What do you love about it? Like, what is the value of it? Because you wouldn't be doing it. Is it to keep yourself safe?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So all the places and spaces where you're still trying to be safe and you know that it's a lie and that the statements are a lie, everything that is, we destroy and uncreate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sheriff says it gives her a reason to give up. And yes, safe in that. And then Layla says, control.
Okay. I love controlling myself. I love controlling myself. I love controlling myself. I love that I control myself. I love that I control myself. I love that I will never surrender. I love that I will never actually fall into this ever again because I want it's too bad. What all that is and everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Thank you. Take a breath. Another way to get to it with like real thought. Like if you say things like my mom used to say, it's a story of my life.
Oh, story of my life.
Things like that.
Yes. It keeps it in place so much.
There's some secret, hidden, covert, unsaid, undisclosed, unseen energies around it. And you can often get to it by just saying all the SHICU implants and explants I destroy and uncreate.
All the SHICU implants and explants I destroy and uncreate.
And SHICU is an implant, is literally an acronym for secret, hidden, invisible, unseen, unsaid, unacknowledged, just so you know. Okay. All right. Woo, my head is blank. Okay, a little awesomeness to expand this out. Go ahead and expand yourself to just the corners of your room right now. Now, all the way through your city.
Mm-hmm.
Oof,
And I get stuff down.
mic drop. All the way
Mhm.
through your state. Us in Texas get to expand out a little further than some of the others.
As your infinite being, just in case you
All
want.
the way through your country.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, you guys are good at this. I love this.
In case you don't know what expand means, just you're an infinite being and the ability to move outside of your body, move outside of your space, and start to touch other areas, maybe the edges of the country.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, and all the way through the world now.
Ooh.
Hey. All right, and while you're here through the world, will you go ahead and collect the parts and pieces of you that you've left behind that you've wanted to hide from yourself because they were so, so wrong?
In this lifetime or before,
Yeah,
or
in
any
any space and time, all of this
any
is,
dimension.
yeah.
Woo-wee.
And let this expanded energy go ahead and kill those energies that you've rejected. Wow, Jesus. I can say that because we're playing with consciousness. Oh, I love doing this with this poor people.
Yeah,
Ah,
nice. That's the third time
right.
Lyanca knocked over the microphone. We do keep a count here. It's so funny. But my expansion.
I don't know where my lips are. All right.
Made me laugh.
All right. Come now I want you to come and still get connected to your body. Like, why don't you pull your body to you from the adoration of your heart? Pulling your body to you, pulling your body to you, pulling your body to you, pulling your body to you.
Wow, my body felt like a lot further than what I thought it was.
Oh, I feel so light right now.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Joe said if you could only hear the battle in my head right now. My head feels woozy. That's how I feel, Valentina. And it's okay. Allow the battle to just be. Allow it to be the gift that it is instead of rejecting. There it is.
and what is the battle, right? Like, who is fighting who? Whom? Who is fighting whom?
And just bless it. Say thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Expand the heart.
And who will win the battle?
And does anyone need to win? Expanding the heart.
Just acknowledging the space that you guys have created today.
Yeah.
Just feel how quiet it is. All right, now, what are just one or two frequencies that you can be, that you would love to be more of? And what are some of those frequencies for 2025 that you really want to integrate now? And be go into some moments where you've had it before. Go into the love in your heart. If you haven't quite had it, how can you have it more now? and drop in. All right. Now, I want you guys to have this energy ball with where you can access it whenever you need to access it. So I'm going to explain it a little bit better as it was explained to me. Okay. So when you get into this like softened energy, it works a lot better. So basically, I kind of look at it as like a container of an idea or a light and then a thought. And then if I wasn't me and I was somebody totally different, how might that person perceive this frequency too, right? Because that helps me drop my identity and actually come into the oneness of it. So go ahead and get like those frequencies of what you're asking for. And maybe that starts with the vision, right? The idea of, I want to, buy 150 miles for the MS-150 or something, right? What would that feel like to accomplish that? What would that feel like to practice and work towards it? What would it feel like to fall so much in love with the progress that nothing else mattered? What is that one thing where you can truly just have an inkling of a sensation within it? That, okay? Got it?
Yes.
Amplify it times a godzillion. Right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now.
And godzillion is a number so big that only God knows. Says Caesar says, thank you, ladies. Enjoying this cup of coffee this morning, and this energy feels like deja vu. Tiffany on YouTube says, I never leave my home without grounding and aligning. 15 minutes take my day go another. Thank you. And she says, as a light worker, she says that she has a hard time applying high vibes and love to herself and to strangers. I can recognize my divinity, but not strangers. And let's just bring that forward. Sorry if I misparaphrased.
Found you went back. I know you're expanded out and it's kind of weird feeling. Got it? All right. All right, then ask. 1, 2, and ask. 1, 2, and ask. 1, 2, ask. As an infinite being, one more time. 1, 2. Yeah. And all the parts and pieces outside, inside this universe, in all space and time, who can contribute to the creation of this with no other thought, just an ask. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now, don't be going off and driving in this space. So here's a couple tips to get back in your body to be it. Truly, I call this like body whisper mapping, right? So you got to bring your body along with this in our case, because we have a physical body. So go ahead and now this like expanded energy and expanded space, like really bring it into your physical body and let it actually become a very, very strong sensation and make it sensational. Where is it chemically changing your body? And do it so dynamically that the signs and the whispers will come to you through your days, through your life, through the creation of your next project. I mean, Lyanca and I use this in creationless business every single day.
Yes.
And then there's other areas we're totally resistant to. and we do it in like a 3D force form.
But
And
we
then
ask ourselves to come back to here,
yeah, but
especially when we feel that pushing, that pushing and that like,
yeah, it's a
oh,
true practice.
yes,
True.
it is. It really is.
The other way you can get back in your body is to truly just literally put your hand on your head and say, "Come in,
I
come
like to
back."
stop and say, am I aware?
Hmm. That's a good one. And am I seeing through these eyes, or is this a soft gaze still?
Ooh,
Right? Because that's the difference for me. When I fall into this, it's more becomes this like glaze over. And then when I see through my own eyes, that might not work in Susan's case, but that's one of my indications. But you could do it with your hearing. Am I
yes.
hearing through these ears, or am I perceiving frequency sounds, right? It's just the more you practice this, the more it grows. I can't explain that enough because I feel like, if I were to talk to my 20-year-old self and say this, my 20-year self would be like, this is like fucking freaky and, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
It's like, I don't get it. I think I literally would have rejected it all and been like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Um, but I know from practicing this work, and this is like more real than real life,
Right. Than what you
than
perceive.
what you know is real
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. What we've been taught.
Yeah.
This is more real than what we have been taught or made to believe, right? The deception. This is more real than the deception of the 3D.
Yeah. The deception of 3D. All right, we'll put that down as a
What?
quote. Okay. So let's just take another moment. We're going to wrap up this energy so that you actually,
Oh, Jenna, thank you.
yeah,
My goodness.
like chilled out.
Wow.
So it's like just such a chilling energy, isn't it?
Yes. And we can come back to this anytime.
Right. So go ahead and just drop in, feel your body again. Maybe you can slap your legs, your arms, right? Do some ballistic stretching like we do before we get in the pool. All right. Be in your body. Don't go off and have an accident because we got two species. So I wanted to just do a session like this because I mean, technically I would do this like every single time because it's just like I like sometimes the information is incredibly valuable. I mean, truly, it goes from information to knowledge to knowing, right? And you do have to like learn some of the actual information, but just playing in the frequency is often fun. And so check your email through the holiday because I'm going to put in some specials where I'm going to do hypnotherapy with awesomeness. I'm doing one specifically on addiction, by the way. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, I feel like that's one that needs to be kind of in my repertoire,
Yeah.
my library of hypnotherapy things.
Do you have the dates for those yet?
I'm thinking I might do one on New Year's Eve. And I'm certain that there won't be anything going on Christmas. So it'll happen probably the week after Christmas, which is New Year's Eve. So there might just be one that day, but I think it'd be really fun to come together and just literally record a hypnosis. And if guys want to be live during it, then let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I get hungry for it, I'll do another one. We have another show this Thursday, and
Yep.
then we will be back. We won't be together until the new year on the
Until the
2nd.
2nd. Mhm.
Yeah. So and we've got kind of a good lineup happening. We've
Yeah.
got something special happening at the end of January. And
Yeah, I
it's
guess
gonna
we
be
can
a
start
great
thinking about
year.
that too. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. We've got a lot of fun things lined up for this year. Now that we can truly plan a whole year.
Right? Jeez.
Oh gosh, this last year went by so fast. But we're so grateful for everyone who's joined us with this community. And we truly are a really blessed community here together with no judgment and
Yeah.
just full of love. So thank you. And thank you for those who are joining us now on YouTube. We'll definitely get some more of your comments read aloud as
Yeah.
well.
I also want to let you know we have a new site up at houthustle.com. I'd love if you just go look at it.
Actually opt in so that
Yeah,
you get the
re-opt
new,
in if you
yeah,
want.
you get the new gifts for
Yeah.
2025. You'll get the
Well,
new
there,
passes for the,
yeah, there's
yeah.
frequencies is so if some of you are new here and don't know about frequencies, basically you opt in and we offer it to you. It's $8. There's 8 really cool frequencies that I use as the background to my hypnotherapy uh things, but they're just done by a sound engineer, a music or sound engineer, I guess is what they call them. And they're really, really cool. I know a lot of you have gotten it already, but I did want you guys to know about that. Um, and
And then you get all the newsletters for who's coming out and what's
yeah,
the lineup for the 2025, plus the special event that we're having on a Saturday,
yep.
the last Saturday of
January,
January. So
January
that will be a
25th.
whole day full of activations, full of channeling, really fun event that we're doing, and that's in the works. And then you'll also get the free gifts that we do. Jennifer's got two, I believe you have two MP3s that are on there, and I have some videos that are done all around channeling in my work there too. So opt in, even if you think you've opted in before, just go ahead and put your name and email in that opt-in box and you'll get all of the information and goodies. And it'll ensure that you have the information about how to get whitelisted. Some of the emails that we've been sending out have been going to spam.
Yeah,
So
just
just want to
undeliverable for
ensure,
no reason,
yeah,
which is
we're
kind of weird, but
yeah. But that's okay as long as you get opted in and if you do find our email in your spam, just pop it on over to the inbox and that, or make us a contact. That will
yeah.
ensure that you're getting the communication. And I promise we won't flood your our spam or sell your email address or anything unjivey that
No,
way.
we're not unjivey like that. Cool.
Just stay connected.
Well, happy Christmas, and we will see you
On
on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
We have a new guest, and
We'll be with Carrie this Thursday at 11 a.m. Central, 9
it's a
a.m.
new
Pacific.
speaker, but we haven't had her on before,
So be good.
so I don't know
All new
much
speakers coming
yet.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got all new speakers coming. It's exciting. So, and if you have any questions or just concerns or thoughts, send it over to us. We really don't care.
At
And
team@houthustle.com.
yep. Perfect. And if you do like this work, we will be doing more of this in a program that we're going to relaunch in January, late January. So bye for now.